Welcome back everybody to another video, and in this video I'll be showing you something related to what I did last time, which was, I'll make a recap for you. So last time, in last week's video, I did this one mushroom mimic monster concept, right? I came up with all the lore and all that, and I came up with stuff like what it's supposed to look like. I came up with a bunch of designs, and I ended up picking one that I liked the most, and I even figured out what kind of limbs and behavior it should have. I figured out the colors and all that, what it should be doing to you, how it attacks, and how it camouflages itself into looking like it's part of the environment. And because of how this thing disguises itself to look like something that belongs in the environment, I've called it the mushroom mimic. You know how in fantasy, mimics are often visualized, well, not visualized, it's often shown to be things that look like treasure chests, right? But in this case, it looks like any other old thing that you would normally approach because it looks so harmless, like a dead tree trunk or a tree stump. So this particular monster that I have chosen last week, in this video I'll be rendering it out, and this right here happens to be the very first rendition that I have made for this one monster design that I like the best, and it does look quite nice. The end result looks nice. By my standards, it looks good. But having said that, it didn't look like something that I had in mind at first when I tried to draw this. So what I did was just draw it a second time, and the second time I did this, it ended up looking very nice, right? It looks quite different from the first one. The first one looks quite cartoony, I guess. I guess I had a problem with it looking cartoony because the concepts that I did, the designs, it looked somewhat cartoony to begin with, and this one didn't really look all that different, even though it's not a bad thing. But I ended up re-rendering this thing, and it looks quite nice. I guess the absence of line art makes it look so realistic looking, because it's obviously it's fake, right? It doesn't even exist, but something about the absence of line art makes it look so real, and all the important parts are there. Remember all those different limbs that I designed for it? It's all there. So it's got these crab-like legs, it's got the solid club-looking leg, it's got mandibles, it also has this blade-looking tentacle leg that it can use to slash at you. It's even got like a tiny, what's the word? Feelers, and it looks very nice. It looks like it's an actual mushroom that's burst out of a log, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And oh, of course, with everything I'll be showing you today, I'll also be showing it along with the time-lapse. And this next one is actually an environment design that I started concepting using 3D software to make a gray box so I can paint over the whole thing. And I did this on Infinite Painter just to make all of the big basic shapes, just to block it in, all the important stuff. So what this actually is a little snapshot of a screen. It could even be like a game, like a little game area that a player could go to. What it has is this giant dead tree trunk on the left, right next to another smaller dead tree trunk. And the one on the left, it's got like an axe stacked to it, and right next to it on the ground is a sword stuck in the ground, right? And there's also this one signpost. It's got a little dagger stuck to it, And the idea that I had in mind was those things are actually bait. So if you pick it up, the mushroom mimic monster will find out. It will know. Even if you don't pick it up, if you decide to come a bit too close to this dead tree trunk, and if it's not obvious enough, it's got these mushroom blisters on it. It's also got mushroom legs sticking out of it, right? It's got mimic blood on it too. It's even got ammunition stuck to it, which shows that yes, it has been shot at by people before. If it's not obvious enough that that's a monster and you mistakenly come too close, it's gonna burst open and attack you. Okay, just like this one. This poor little person is just picking up a sword because it doesn't look suspicious at all. It's just like oblivious to, you know, his surroundings, and it's gonna get swallowed up by this mushroom monster. It's huge. It's fully mature. It can quickly kill you, I guess. And also, if you look over here, there are these magical runes that has been put there by humanoids that live in the area as a warning to travelers who might be passing by that mushroom mimic monsters actually exist here. They are here, so you better watch out, you know, like you don't want to get killed by one of these things. And this other tree over here also has mushroom blisters on it. So I'll make another recap for you. The idea for these mushroom blisters is that if it's still on the tree, then of course there's a mushroom mimic monster inside of it growing, and once it's mature, the tree itself will die. And this, at least for this example, this particular tree, it can end up falling off and it will become another dead tree trunk that's lying flat on the ground, or it can stay looking like this, like an actual tree. And if someone were to come near, it will just burst open into a mushroom mimic monster. It will come out of its stealth mode and it will burst open and attack you. And also, another indicator is these little mushroom legs sticking out of it. No, so it won't happen to every single tree trunk, right? Sometimes it will have those little legs, sometimes it won't. Like, of course, the example would be this other tree right here. It can very well already have another mushroom mimic monster inside of it, but there are no legs coming out. So if there are legs coming out of it, that's another indicator for you to stay away, because there's one of these things inside of it. Okay, so this is actually quite a scary looking monster. I know it's just a mushroom. It's coming out of a dead tree trunk. It even looks very colorful and quite joyful. But I think illustrated like this, especially with like a little person drawn in it, it does make it seem scary. Maybe because it's nighttime. But I did enjoy creating this whole concept, right? It's not for a game or a book or a webtoon or a comic or anything like that, but I did enjoy dishing this one idea out. Concept art is just one of my favorite things. It's very good for world building. I used to world build. I think I'll start doing that again soon, because I've been coming up with so many ideas, but they don't really belong into any world, so I better put them in a world. I might just revive the world that I had made long ago in the past. You know, I used to make one with a friend for a project, but that one friend sort of just disappeared, right? So I put that one on hold. And if I were to put one thing back into that world and continue world building, it's gonna be this one, definitely. The mushroom mimic monster. I think it's a cool idea that I'm definitely willing to keep. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think it looks cool? What do you think you can add to it? Maybe even subtract from it? Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.